Hello, this is the trade site Forex Market Preview and Economic Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, May 19th, 2013, ending Friday, May 24th. Let's take a look at what's coming the week ahead. We're going to take a look at some charts on E-signal here and see if there's anything we can focus on for the week ahead in the Forex trading. First of all, here's the dollar index. Obviously, had a decent week finally after what was basically a couple, maybe 6 weeks of sideways action. Finally broke out through that static trend line. We are currently 7 bars up on a setup phase as of Friday's close with our Seeker and Comer tools. There's no Seeker or Comer count currently going on the dollar index itself. But let's take a look here real quick at the euro dollar. See what we've got. Here's the daily chart of the euro dollar. Again, nothing really going on here. We're going to be 7 bars down here. Obviously that makes sense in sync with the dollar index. The red line is a static trend line of the last 9-bar move up, so that could be some short-term support. We also want to take a look at the pound, which we trade frequently. This is not as negative. 7 bars down again. That makes sense, but not nearly as far down as the dollar index is up or the euro is down. So less going on here as well, still trapped between these two static trend lines that we've been following for a while now. So nothing really telling on those pairs, and the dollar index itself is really the key, showing strength, breaking out to new highs for about a 9-month period. So it's a really good move for the dollar. Obviously we had some decent ranges this week. Let's take a quick look at that. Here's the euro dollar. This is 30-minute bars for the whole week. And we had a couple of decent pushes. We got a nice winner on Tuesday and closed out the week with a winner. So the Forex trading is definitely looking a lot better than it was back at the end of 2012 overall. And the range for the week here, as you can see, was about 230 pips on the euro dollar. And if I pull up the pound, same thing. Here's 30-minute bars for the week. We saw about 230 pips there as well. Less movement, I would say, on the pound overall in terms of straight action, but the euro certainly showed us a decent move. So let's take a look at what we're going to be focusing on in the week ahead. One thing to note is that next weekend is the Memorial Day holiday here in the U.S. That's the following Monday, so obviously things can be a little slow going into that weekend, and also we're not going to have any calls next Sunday night for that. So let's take a look here. Now, starting this week off, we've got the bank holidays out of most of Europe and Canada. Okay, so France, Germany, Switzerland, all on bank holiday on Monday. So we're going to have a slow session, the first session of the week. Visitor arrivals out of New Zealand Monday night. CB leading index. There's no data in the U.S., by the way, on Monday or Tuesday. CB leading index out of Australia. The minutes of the last monetary meeting out of Australia at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time Monday night. Inflation expectations out of New Zealand that night. Japan's all industries activity is going into Tuesday. German PPI. Bunch of data out of the UK at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time Tuesday morning. That includes the CPI, the PPI input, the RPI, HPI, and the PPI output. A couple of speeches by key Fed members. Trade balance out of Japan Tuesday night at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the statement from their last Bank of Japan meeting. Then we're going to look at Europe has their current account going into Wednesday. Retail sales out of the UK. EU economic sentiment in Europe this week. We've got core retail sales out of Canada. Existing home sales out of the U.S. Bernanke testifying to Congress on Wednesday. Here's a look at crude oil inventories at 10:30 a.m. Minutes of the last Fed meeting also released at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday here in the U.S. MI inflation expectations out of Australia. Going into Thursday, we've got Bank of Japan monthly report. We got the manufacturing and services PMI data out of the various European entities. Italian retail sales. Second estimate, it's the second look at GDP for the UK, not a big deal. Unemployment claims, that's a weekly number out of the U.S. at 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. PMI data, flash manufacturing PMI out of the U.S. and consumer confidence out of Europe. New home sales out of the U.S. Natural gas data, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Trade balance out of New Zealand, and then we've got final German GDP at 2 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, and a couple of minor data points, durable goods out of the U.S. that leads us into next weekend's long weekend. So even from a Forex trading perspective, we're just through options expiration. It was not a triple expiration, so it had no impact on Forex. But even from a Forex trading perspective, I would expect things to slow down Friday next week ahead of the long weekend. There will be no calls next Sunday night because of it, but we will have calls 5 days this week. We are full size. None of the major data points that would cause us to be half size are coming out this week. So everything's a straightforward trading week when it comes to Forex. We will be trading them in the lab. Have a great week.